Wants to start out.
Hey, Coach, it sounded like you gave the team a pretty impassioned speech after stretch this morning. Just talk about the message.
Well, just kind of resetting them for the week, you know. It's always hard when you come off a loss like that to kind of refocus on what's next. And so I didn't want to start off practice the wrong way. And I think, you know, the important thing is, number one, accepting responsibility for everything that happens in your life. That's part of being a man. And then two, valuing the journey of self-improvement and what I can do to help the team. And if our focus is on that, we're going to be fine. What we can't focus on is the disappointment or he said this or we're not this. Just focus on self-improvement and what do I got to do to help the team, and we'll be fine.
The players said that they thought they responded with a pretty good practice.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they had good energy, made a lot of mistakes, a lot to polish up and clean up, but it was a good practice.
Coach, what have you seen out of Brent Brewer and Byron Moore back there? How they're communicating, I guess?
Well, it was just the first day, so I don't know. I don't know. It's a little early to.
Both of those guys being back there.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. They're the next. You know, that's the next two. So Byron's been playing really well, and Brent has the capability of playing well. It just so happened Byron and Brian were playing a little better than Brent. So this is a good opportunity for Brent to get in there and show that he's a capable starter, and I think he's got all the tools to be that.
Can a guy like Daryl McNeil find his way in there and get some playing?
Yeah, all those guys we're going to keep repping. Daryl's shows a lot of promise ability-wise. Like, I mean, we got 3 freshmen back there who have a lot of ability, but it's a question of how quickly they can get to where they can play good, winning football for us.
Have you seen kind of them prepare differently this week, knowing that you're playing a team that passes the ball a lot? You kind of want to see more from them.
I don't know, because I don't go over in their dorm room, and I mean, all I know is what they are here. So I hope they are. And it was the first day, so I mean, you get a little better feel for as the week goes. You know, the base down game plans end today, and they go out, and then let's see how they get it the remainder of the week.
Is this the game, kind of like the Georgia State game, that would limit how much McCullers could play?
There's a good possibility of that, given the amount of sub stuff that they do.
Did you specifically see some response from Tyler that you wanted to see?
Yeah, I did. Tyler was really great today, and he didn't feel good, I could tell. And but you know, it's like I said, he's in and I told Tyler this. You look at all those NFL studies, and a quarterback starts playing his best ball in the NFL year 6 and year 7. That's a long time. And up to that point, there's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of highs. There's some great plays. There's tremendous criticism. There's not any quarterback out there that hadn't gone through that. And Tyler's made some great strides, but he's still journeying, learning how to be a complete quarterback, and he wants to be, and I think he can be, and I think he will be, and he's ready to get in that situation again and respond a little better than he did. I know he is.
Given that data that you referenced there, does that mean, even though you don't like to talk red shirts, is quarterback specifically a position you would prefer to red shirt a guy his first year more often than not?
Yeah, because it means you got a good one playing. Definitely. You don't ever want to get to where you have to play a true freshman, you know, unless he's some just ridiculous, I don't know what. But yeah, it's hard. It's a hard position. And there's so much glory that comes with it and so much criticism that comes with it. I mean, that's just how it is. It's a little bit, I mean, it's one step removed from what my position is. You know, when you're the head coach, you get all this praise when everything's good, and then when things go bad, you're you know, a disaster. And that's just part of it, and that's why it's what you think about is so important. That's what I was telling the team. What do you think? What are you focusing on? And you got to answer to yourself in the mirror, and you have to answer to your teammates. And if you can feel good about looking in the mirror and what my teammates are saying about me, then you're going to see improvement, and you'll have a little peace in your life.
Y'all have 4 sacks so far through the first 3 games. How do you feel about the way the pass rush has been so far, just in terms of putting pressure on, in terms of closing?
Yeah, probably hadn't gotten, you know, what we needed. But, you know, there's a lot of times where we're putting pressure on them. So sacks aren't the only indicator. I think Alabama was one of the lowest in sacks last year, and they had the best defense in college football history.
Do you feel
That doesn't mean we don't want a few sacks, but I'm just saying it's more important, are you affecting the quarterback?
Do you feel you are doing that?
We didn't do it last week because that quarterback wore us out. Not at all. I did think we did it the first week, and I think we did a real good job the second week. So, 2-1 in affecting the quarterback.
Is Kurt's injury something that's going to last throughout the season, or is that something that can be stopped?
He seemed fine today, so I'm hoping it kind of slowly goes away.
Garrett, how have you seen Marsalis Teague respond? He kind of had a rough night today. He's
Yeah.
got the same.
He was out there working today with a good attitude.
AJ, the weight he lost during the offseason,
Mhm.
how much of a difference do you notice on the field in terms of his playmaking?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just the weight loss. It's just the year of training that he was able to do. He played as a true freshman, and so it was really his first off-season training, the way we train, and I think it's going to get better and better each year, just like a lot of guys on our team.
Durham McNeil almost blocked him a punt Saturday.
Yeah, we 2 in a row now. We almost had one Georgia State. We were close on both of them.
How much do you use special teams as a gauge to where a guy might be ready to?
A lot. That's why I'm so involved in special teams, because you can really start seeing guys. First of all, it's a great evaluation tool of what their strengths and weaknesses are as a player. Their twitch, their size, their speed, their competitiveness, their instincts, their ability to learn and process. You can see it on a real small level. And then you can better project what he's going to look like when he's in there on defense or offense. And so he showed that on special teams. And then it's also a great opportunity for those guys to go get their feet wet. Dan Gray was out there at corner, and the gunner ran right by him. I mean, he didn't even touch him. So, rather that happen than the receiver runs right by him for an 80-yarder. So you got to get out there and get your feet wet. The consequences hopefully aren't as big, but that doesn't mean it's not important. We're on them, coaching them, and you can see how they progress on special teams. He's running down on kickoffs. All these guys are.
I know that young guys on the special teams are kind of like Channing.
Yeah, core guys.
What makes him effective? He may not be the fastest.
Yeah.
What makes him effective in kickoff coverage?
Well, every team's got their starters that play on special teams, then these young, promising, talented guys, and then you have what we call core guys who maybe are not starters, but they're on every special teams, and they have the size, speed, effort, toughness, instincts to pour it all in and commit to being a great special teams player. And Channing's one of those guys. Dante Vassap is one of those core guys, and they've just given us a lot of production. He's been our player of the week twice out of 3 weeks on special teams.
Anything else, guys?
Has it been any decision at kicker?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Is that gonna?
Y'all want to talk to those guys, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I would like to.
Okay. All right. Anything else?